I'm live! Howdy, everybody. Welcome to Step Into the Portal. My name is the Brandt. We're going to play some Vision, because Vision just came in. Vision is a hero pack for Marvel Champions. Yeah, the newest hero. The next set after this is going to be Sinister Motives, which I'm really excited for. Big box campaign expansion. I don't know. I always think of them as campaign expansions because they're really fun. But hey, we're focused on Vision today. Howdy, everybody. It is great to see you. It was absolutely freezing cold yesterday in Connecticut. In fact, I came up here to the studio in the attic, and there's no way I would have been able to record and play. And it's jumped like 40-something degrees since then. It was like -5 Fahrenheit. Now it's like 35. So 35's not bad. I got a beard. I got a long sleeve shirt. I still have my shoes on, and I got a little space heater next to me. But woo, it would have been cold yesterday. So howdy, everybody. If you are in the chat, feel free to say hello. Love to see people, and let me know how my sound is. It says here that I am live. I don't see a lot of people. Can I see the chat? Live chat. There it is. Oh, there's everybody. That's why I missed them all. All right. Getting Vision tomorrow. Beat me to it. Happy afternoon. I had a vision that this should be good. Hey, there, I can see everybody now. Sorry about that. Couldn't see them before. Yeah, so Vision came in for us today. I mean, it's usually Tuesday, Wednesday that we get them in, and then for sale on Friday. So that'll be the plan. If you're in the area, you can pick it up. If you're not in the Manchester, Connecticut area, check out your friendly local game store, or if you ordered it otherwise, should be in. So we should crack this open and get playing. I'm going to play a game with the pre-con, and then I'm going to build a deck. I actually got a little bit of time this afternoon, and I think I started to build some kind of deck, but I haven't really honestly thought about it. So I'm sure there will be some critiques from the audience, and we can go from there and see what we do. There. So here's our punch-out. What is this thing called? Fold-out poster. It tells us about Alliance, Piercing, Stalwart, additional forms. Okay. They come with their own condition. When he changes their additional form, it does not count against the once per turn limit. That's that. And let's see. Designed by Caleb Grace. Additional Michael Boggs. This is a Caleb design Vision here. Awesome. There we go. Let me switch you to the other camera. And let me toss my face. Nobody needs to see my face. Oh, maybe that's harder to do than I realized. Come back here. Oh, I don't have that easy to do. All right, that's this camera, right? All right, here we go. No pre-con, says Thomas. Well, we want to show off how it all works and see what happens, and then we can build from there and see. All right, so here is the Vision card. This is the alter ego. 3 recovery. While you're in dense mass form, you get +2 recovery. That's the other side of this card. I'll show both sides because you're actually supposed to start intangible. While you're intangible, you get +1 hand size. So actually, he's a 5 hand size. I was seeing a little bit of a debate of people saying because this comes in setup, which would be after you draw your cards, that you wouldn't get the +1 hand size and you'd be a 5 hand size on the first turn. But then it sounded like Caleb said, no, that's not how it works. So I'm going to go with the 6 hand size. People can let me know if it's any different. Hello to people. Oh, I should say hi to everybody. Josh, Daniel, Thomas, Silverthorn, Robert. Sorry, I'm not on camera. Oh, you can't see me anyway because I'm in the corner here. Just got mine today as well. Nice. Z-Soft. We wanted to see you sleeve the card, so sorry. Is that like an ASMR thing? And here's Vision. And now Vision will go in the sleeve. Let's just take a moment and breathe. All right, there you go. So, yeah, you get +2 recovery. You get +1 hand size. Flip to the other side. He's a 2/0/0. What? 2/0/0. But his action here is you can change mass form by flipping. So on this side, he's a 2/0/0, but he reduces all damage by 2. And on this side, he becomes a 2/2/2. And after you change this form, you draw a card. So kind of encouraging you to flip between those forms so you could draw, which is funny. I'm almost wondering if I need to get a Game Genic sleeve because the Dragon Shields have the rough unfinish on this side. So I don't know how that'll be on camera. We'll have to see. All right, so there's those. And he also comes with Vivian. Vivian is a 2-cost 1/1 ally. When you're in intangible mass form, she gets +2 thwart. When you're in dense form, she gets +2 attack. She's got 2 health. She's also an android and a champion. He comes with Hickory Branch Lane. So Hickory Branch Lane. Yeah, I think that's the way it goes. Oh, it's not a foil sleeve. I should have had those. Darn it, I got to remember, Steve, to grab those and do that for you. So Hickory Branch Lane, alter ego action, exhaust this card, search your deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to your hand. Honestly, I was using this. I did play already. Sorry, I played once with the precon. I was using this to just go get an ally to just use it as a resource on the turn I flipped down to be able to play other cards. So that was that. Solar Gem. It gives him aerial, and he can exhaust it to generate a wild resource. So that could be a little more creative, but at least it gives aerial, but otherwise it's like all the others. But I do like that it has that additional bonus. Vision's Cape is very good. When you're in dense mass form, you gain Retaliate 1. When you're in intangible mass form, you gain Stalwart. The only issue there is it's a little backwards, because this is the form where you can attack, so it'd be nice to be Stalwart there, and this is the form where you take -2 damage, so had they flipped those, you'd be able to have Retaliate and take -2, which would be complete control on minions. But it's also nice because you can leave minions in front of you in intangible form. He's got 2 copies of Density Control. It is a 1-cost upgrade. This is great. After you change mass form, discard this card, add a vision event from your discard pile to your hand, and he's quite eventful. The remaining cards, 9 of them, are all events. So you got lots of options here. That's awesome because it's an upgrade. It's not go get one. It's leave it on the table and get it, so you can kind of do it as a finisher, if you will. Hey, John, good to see you. We're going to play some Vision here now. All right, 3 copies of Solar Blast. Solar Blast is attack, superpower, and thwart. If he's in dense mass form, deals 7 damage. So 3 for 7, that's not great, right? Because a kick is 3 for 8. I always base all these 3s on swinging web kick, right? Which is just the 3 for 8. So it's a little less, but it's the versatility. 3 for 5 is pretty good. Remove 5 threat for 3. But both those are a little lower than what you want to pay. Here's the real trick to this card. Ready? Attack, superpower, thwart. So what does that mean? You can pay for this card with Death Focus, and you can pay for this card with Sense of Justice, right? If I've got that correct. So you can pay for this thwart event and deal damage in Justice because it's a thwart. And if you're playing 3 players and they give you Martial Prowess, you can just use these 3 cards to play Solar Beam. So it's really, its power is almost in its key, its traits is where that card is really good. So I think that's going to be a neat idea there. All right. Let's see. Super Dense Strike. There's 2 copies of Super Dense Strike. Attack, superpower. Play only if you're in dense form. He deals 5 damage with piercing. So that's nice. 2 for 5 is very good. Piercing is really good. So that's nice. Just Passing Through is 1 for 3. It ignores Patrol and Crisis. So it's nice as we're getting superheroes, they're able to kind of give them these ignore some of the things that we've added since. Only in intangible form. A Phase Disruption. This is actually a really cool card too. Only if he's in intangible form, confuse an enemy and then choose an attachment and get rid of it. I actually tried to play against Thanos and I was like, oh, well, this card won't actually confuse him, but it will remove the attachment. So I could kind of pay, although it's 3 to remove the attachment. But it was something to do without having to attack him. But that's neat. We haven't seen remove an attachment, and the confuse on top of that could be really good. And then Mass Increase. Play only if he's in dense form. When he defends, prevent all that damage and stun the attacking enemy. So, wow, that's really good if you draw into that. Which is why he comes in protection form. So, we shall see. Yeah, 3 for 5 is not great, because Crisis Averted, right, is 3 for 6. So, it feels like on a hero it should be 3 for 6. Or, I don't know, some kind of remove it from multiple. So, yeah, Solar Beam is interesting only in that you can pay cheaper for it, essentially. All right, we got 3 allies, so they are androids. An Android Avenger, Protector, 1/3, double on the double icons here. You can see them. When Protector would take any amount of damage, spend a mental, reduce that damage by 1. Okay, I could block something that has 1 or block something with 2, 3 times, but not necessarily my favorite that I've seen, especially for a 4 cost. So there's probably some things I'm missing there. We'll have to see. Jocasta is an Avenger and an android. You may play an event attached to Jocasta's rule in your hand, attach a defense event, put it here face down. Okay, that's really good. Come in, it's got the 2 thwart, so you can do the 2 thwart, attach the card, then you can play the card, right? So this plays just like Black Panther, so we're probably going to see more of these in the other aspects, I would imagine. Attach it to her, then you can play that card, a defense card, and then use her to block on a future turn. So, really good. Victor Mancha is an android and an Avenger. 0/0 with 4. Reduce the amount of damage he takes from each attack by 1. So I like this a lot better than this character. I'm not really sure what the idea is here. It feels like this paying a mental should reduce it by 2. And it's also limit once per round. So I guess you could put this character out maybe and soak some indirect damage, but this character just seems better. Pay 2, always reduced by 1. It feels like that's the goal. I guess this one can punch really hard, remove some threat. So, interesting there. Yeah, that's going to be really good there. Flow like water. All right. Response. After you play a defense card, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. So that's going to be amazing. There's no limit to it, so just defend, 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 which this could start to get really powerful for helping to deal damage in multiplayer games and whatnot. Probably one of the best cards in this pack right here, Defiance. When a boost card on enemy attacking you will be turned face up, discard it instead. No boost. So this card is going to be amazing. Very excited to play that on Drax, where it's going to be so good. But also other characters, just to cancel the boost and keep everything. Okay, I know the exact information. I can plan for perfect defense. Great, great card. Spend a mental so she can take 1 less damage. Oh, it's anytime. Okay, I see how it is. So you're spending a mental so she can attack for 3, only take, but she still has double, so you can't make her attack. Yeah, I don't. It's weird. It's weird protection. All right, then comes with 3 side steps. Those are obviously to trigger that. 2 Indomitables, a Preservation, and 2 Get Behind Me's as well. And then Machine Man. Machine Man is a 1/1. When Machine Man attacks or thwarts, spend up to 3 resources of any type. Machine Man gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for each resource spent this way, and does go back down. So I think it was confirmed in a different language that once you pay the resources and do the attack, that's going to be, I don't know if it's to the end of the round, so it doesn't specify. It would be amazing if you could pay and then pump him up, but it would be too good. Android. 3 reboots. Ready a friendly android character and heal 1 damage from it. So there's your, oh gosh, what's the blue card that does that with Avengers? I can't even remember, sorry. But there's that card for androids. Notice it's a friendly android character, so you can just keep this card in if you want to play it on Vision. So that can just be a card you can play on Vision to heal and ready. So that's kind of nice, especially for, readying from blocking other effects and things. An Avengers Mansion and 3 double resources. So that is what is in the kit. In addition, actually, I guess I can leave those there. His obligation, corrupted programming, give to the Vision player. Treat your mass form. Upgrades text box. Sorry, I read that wrong with a comma. Treat your mass form upgrades text box as if it were blank except for keywords. So you're no longer going to get whatever it says on this box. Exhaust your identity, remove it from the game. So that plays very similar to Spectrum's. Then Ultron is the big bad here. And Ultron comes with Ultron Unleashed. So you put him in, he's got toughness, 6 health, 2/2 whenever he attacks. If Ultron Drones is in play, so this is the card from Ultron, then you add drones, so you play just like you're playing with Ultron. When this is revealed, you'll search the deck and put this into play. Shuffle the encounter deck, and everybody puts a card into play face down as a drone. This only has 3 to remove it, however. So you got the Ultron drones, which tell you that they're all 1/1, and then 2 Relentless Android. I'm going to read that as Restless. If Ultron drones is in play, put the top 2 cards of your deck into play, engage with you. Okay, so I'll get rid of it. If it's not, discard 2 random cards from your hand. I'd almost rather put the drones in play. So there is that. So much talk here, I am not going to catch up. So much wiggle room with Jocasta. You can reduce consequential damage with Protector 2. That is a good idea. I do like that. For Drax, great with Black Panther. Inspiring Presence is the card I was thinking of. Thank you. Here's Vision. Reboot is basically the endocrine godlike stamina. Yeah, so it's got similar to that. All right, the other cards that come in here are Chance Encounter, attached to a side scheme. Sorry, I'll try to make this not so messy for you. I don't know if the 2 stacks are better, but I thought then people could see the previous cards. Chance Encounter attached to a side scheme, max 1 per side scheme. When attached scheme is defeated, search your deck and discard pile for an ally and add it to your hand. So that can kind of play off of that. Assault Training, max 2 per deck, 2. You can exhaust it, remove a training counter, choose an aggression event, add it back in. So these have their value. It's a strange value. You have to have tempo, you have to have lots of events that you know, or even a variety that you're looking for, so you know what to put back in. But they're not unplayable cards. They're weird because it feels like to play this card you want to go to like 41 or 42 cards by adding it, because it's hard to fit into a 40 card deck. Joining Forces is an alliance card, so that's really fun. As a group, you can put a total of 1 Avenger ally and 1 Guardian ally into play, so everybody starts thinking, what's the highest cost, and what are those? I think it's like a 6 and a 3. I don't know if there's a Guardian that's above 3. So you can get 9 cost worth of allies. It's a good card, for sure, but it's basically just a cost reducer. Which, again, if you can pay 4 for 9, that's amazing. You're paying 4 for 6, you can pick up some tempo, 4 for 5... blah, 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 right? All of a sudden, it just kind of starts to dissipate a little bit. But you are putting 2 allies into place. Remember, that's 2 cards, so you're getting a discount there by playing this 1 card to play those 2. And the alliance is not to be underrated because people are holding double resources. You don't have to be. We've done a lot of alliance on this channel, so I'm not going to keep singing the praises. But this one is interesting because you have to be holding all those at the same time. So do you drop 3 of these in a deck, or does everybody hold 1, or how do you do that and play that? I'm not really sure. It's kind of the least exciting, even though it could have great potential. Can you replace one of the flow like water cards with a meditation? Oh, I haven't even shown you meditation yet. Oh, Hercules, there you go. All right, meditation. Exhaust your alter ego, play a card from your hand, reducing its cost by 3. Yeah, that's an interesting card. The exhaust effect. Like, normally I don't mind exhausting. Am I getting rid of healing? Of course, a card like this makes me want to play crew quarters even more to have that healing built in. Reduce its cost by 3. Notice right here, this is where it's going to be amazing. Wasp, because of this mental resource. So you can flip down to Wasp, use this card, Exhauster, then shuffle it back in, maybe draw it again, or draw it in a future turn where you're going to flip down, because I tend to play Wasp where I flip down and use that GIRL. This is going to be an amazing Wasp card to really get tempo going. Of course, everybody knows where I want to use this. Well, maybe you're thinking Rocket. Star-Lord. I want to flip Star-Lord over, pay 3, draw this card, flip down, exhaust. Right? Or you can ready him with a Daring Escape, flip down, exhaust, pay 3 less, and just get his board built so fast. I wonder how fast you could build a board with him. So that'll be an interesting one. Oh, I think Hercules is an Avenger, actually. So I'm being asked if I can put one of these in the deck instead of a flow like water. Sure. I can only have 1 per player, so we'll replace it. All right, so these are those cards. Oh, I got everything mixed up. Hold on. So we shall zoom out, and I figured I would fight Kang. I feel like Ultron is kind of a fun, quote-unquote, obvious fight, but since he has Ultron in his Nemesis set, I didn't want to run into the situation where I can't put his Nemesis into play. That seemed no fun to do. So I haven't fought Kang in a while. I figured I'd fight some standard Kang here, and I shuffled in. I want to use some of these Hood ones. I love the Hood modulars, but they are pretty tough, so I don't know if this is going to hurt, but this is such a big deck, I figure it's not going to be too bad if these are hard. So I shuffled in Sinister Syndicate here. Got the regular cards, and then I just need to find Corrupted here. And away we go. All right, let me just make sure. I'll power shuffle this just a little bit. All right, there's this. Here's Vision. Give it an overhand shuffle and a power shuffle. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is so I make sure I have all the cards. 5, 6, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I do have a 40 card deck. All right. Good, good, good. So I did shuffle in one of those meditations for people that had asked me. So I'm in intangible form, which means I will get a 6 hand size to start. 11 health. Kang has got 12 here. Oh, I need to bring my beautiful face back for all of you. Surprise! I'm still here. Did you think I left? So there you go. We'll pop that in the corner, move this up now that I can see all that. I'm going to put my discard pile. Well, actually, if I put this right here, I think that should be good. We'll go from there. What are my favorite scenarios? Oh, gosh. Okay, here we go. He's an Avenger, an Olympus. You are the man. I am the man? Oh, because I put the card in. Yeah, no problem, Josh. What are my favorite scenario packs? You know what? I'm going to hold off on that. So if you go over to the Man vs. Meeple channel, if you're into board games, they're a pretty big channel for board games. I've played Marvel Champions a few times with Ryan there, Ryan Chun on Man vs. Meeple, and so he invited me onto the channel to do top 5 heroes. And so you can check out our top 5 heroes there. Now, those are favorites, not like best. It's not a tier list, just who we like to play. Some hints are behind me here. So you can check that video out there. And Ryan just messaged me today, and we're going to record our top 5 villains. So I'm going to leave that. Maybe I'll suggest scenario packs to him. Maybe we'll do it that way for the ones that come with a few options for all of those. So I'm going to save, well, okay, top scenario packs. That is different from villains, so I will give you that. I don't know. Kang feels like the most fun, but I don't tend to bring him out as often as I think I would. We haven't played him a lot on the stream in 3-player because we'd all suddenly need our own zones when we're not playing in the same area. I don't know if that would be easy or hard for that. I've always thought the Green Goblin pack was great. Yeah, the first one is kind of easy, but now you can throw standard in, so I think that's really good, and I just love the fact that they put 2 in there. I like that there's all these modulars in the hood, even though I find hood to feel a little bit like the Galaxy's Most Wanted Surge Fest. It's not my favorite, but I mean, again, if they create villains where they say, look, this thing's going to get out of control unless you handle it really fast, well, here we go. Let's do the rush strategy and try to take him down. So that's viable. I think that's okay. That's similar to Thanos' Stalwart. So figure out a way to beat him without stunning and confusing, right? They're just trying to give you those grounds for that. You are welcome. Don't put your obligation in the deck now. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that is kind of boring. Sorry. I didn't realize because I'm playing Kang, there's no obligation. Thank you, thank you. It's funny going back and playing some of these villains. I haven't actually played them in a while, even though I still play the game pretty regularly. I feel stuck on some of the Mad Titan Shadow ones a lot, or the core set. I feel like those 3 in the core set and the 5 from the most recent scenarios where I end up playing a lot. I haven't played as much the hood. Probably should. That would be good. Yeah, no problem. I actually went home. I was driving home. I was almost home. Had to run a couple things, and then I got a message from the store saying, hey, Vision came in if you want to grab it and stream it tonight. So turned around and went back and picked up Vision so that I could stream him. I don't live super close to the store. I wouldn't call it far, but it's like a solid 30-minute drive. So it takes a little while, but I was able to hang out there and whatnot. And I've got till about 7:30. That's when my daughter's coming home. My wife and daughter are both out, so we'll get as far as we can before that. Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're going to do favorite heroes or favorite villains on Man vs. Meeple. So I'm going to kind of save it for there and whatnot. I think people will be surprised by my number 1. Steve and Brian won't. I think they're in the chat, so don't tell everybody who my favorite one is. But I think there'll be a little bit of a surprise there. But I've got a hands down number 1 for sure. What are the other scenario packs? The hood. Oh, I already shuffled this. I got to get to playing. You could ask me that again, the scenario packs. Maybe I'll tell you some of them. I think they're all good. All right, 6 hand size, Defiance, Indomitable, Phase Disruption, Avengers Mansion, Mancha would allow us to just kind of get there and get a few blocks in. So let's see, this can remove, this can confuse him. So I might keep that. Even though I can't detach, the confuse is good. I don't need to block. I don't need to block. I could build with this Indomitable or this Victor. What does he attack for? 2+2. So he's probably not going to be the best here. So I'll keep this one. I'll keep these 3. And I'll see what I can draw. No double resources. So we got a flow like water. We've got a solar gem. So that's a no-brainer. Vivian. So this is probably what we want to get out. If we can here, I think we're going to skip the mansion. All right, so we will flip to this side. We will flip here to dense form, draw a card. Oh, sorry, I need to do this. Shuffle the encounter deck. Deal each player an encounter card. That's the part I would have missed. Perfect. All right, so we draw another card. It is a density control. So we're going to get rid of Indomitable and Avengers Mansion to put out a solar gem. We are going to then... I like the phase disruption for confusing him. But I'm going to have to do something else. So do I flow like water or Vivian? I have the ability to attack. All right, so we'll start punching him a little bit here. So I will spend these 2 to put out Vivian, and I'll use my solar gem to put out my density control. I will then attack for 2, because I am in dense form, get rid of the tough, and Vivian attacks for 3, and I will bring him down to 9. Perfect. And I have a hand size of 5. Oh my, lots of things here. Yeah, I mentioned in Steve's video, so Steve just put up a video on his channel that we played, and it was really Rocket being supported by Black Widow, but it was saying how the key piece... Yeah, Rocket's tricky in finding the joy for him. I know I keep talking about it, but he really is fun to play. I know he's not as good as Doctor Strange. I have no problem saying that, but he really is fun to play, and his keys are not that draw a card. The draw a card when you kill minions is icing on the cake and makes him want to play overkill cards to get resources back and doing all that. But it's that cycling with tinkering, and it's the double resources in his deck. I think Black Panther has 3 double resources, but Rocket has 2, and he gets to pick a card to put back on top. So, yeah, don't underestimate that when you look at those. Oh, Steve's asking people to subscribe and thumbs up. Thank you. Don't I need to set up the main scheme? Yeah, thank you. I missed that. Flow. He wants me to play flow like water. Yeah, I have another one. Yeah, I don't know, Scott. That is something that is up for debate as to whether you get a 5 hand size. People are saying setup is first. If you look in the order, it's not. Somebody said that Caleb said that it's intended that you have a 6 hand size. I'm gonna play with 6. If I'm wrong, hey, you know this is one of the first streams with Vision. We'll correct it. We'll get there. So no big whoop. All right, he's going to add a threat. He's going to attack me. I'm going to block with Vivian. I'm going to let him take the +2. And it's going to be +2 here, so she's going to take a whole bunch. 6 there. And then we get double encounter cards. He's going to get a shield and an advance. So he's going to scheme for 1. +1 is 2, and this is going to go to 3. All right. So we could go get Vivian back. With this, we can solar beam, although we got that. Oh, I could have canceled his boost. I didn't even see that. That's all right. I was blocking anyway. So let's use the solar gem to put out Hickory Branch Lane. I got all these double resources, so I'm going to use, if Vision is in intangible mass form. I haven't even gotten hit yet, huh? So I can flip to the other form and deal damage. I wanted to go get Vivian, was my idea here. So if I attack for 2, right? Prevent all damage and deal 1 damage to the attacker. So we'll do that. I'll go to 10. Then, yeah, that's a little much, I guess. This solar beam is weird. All right, so I will deal 7 damage with the solar beam to bring him down to 2. Then I will change form because I don't need to heal. I will flip down. Oh, I didn't get rid of that threat, did I? That's okay. I will use Hickory Branch Lane to go back and get Vivian. And then I will use my double resource to play Vivian. I didn't go get an event here, which was an option, and I will use her to remove 3 threat. All right, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, to me it would be weird if he starts with 5 and then gets a +1 hand. Like, I don't know. It just, that would seem awkward. That, oh, he always has 6 except the first turn. Like, I don't know. Then it feels like a dueling card game or something to try to like balance where players are. But I don't know if that's the intent. But hey, whatever it ends up being, it could be. So who knows? Okay, he's going to add 1 there. Then he's going to scheme for 1 plus 2 is 3 to go to 4. And then he is going to play Depowered on me. So I can't play any hero-specific cards. I am going to shift all of this over just a little bit so you can see everything. Good. All right, there we go. So do I have any androids in here? I have Victor. If I want him, I can also just go back and get Vivian again. All right, I have to discard a hero-specific card. So I don't think I need 2 Solar Beams. So I'm going to get rid of 1 of those. I can also use Just Passing Through. Really like Vivian. These mentals. All right, so that one's going to be gone. So I have +1 hand size. I did do that, right? Yep. All right. So let me remove 3 threat here with Vivian. She's out. I'm going to go back and get her. She just seems good. And then I'm going to use Protector and Just Passing Through to put her into play. I am going to flip to hero form. I cannot attack or defend. So I will switch to dense form. And there's my meditation after I draw a card. I am going to use these 2 to put my cape into play. So I have Retaliate currently. And I'm going to use... What am I going to do? I'm going to attack for 2. And that will flip him. That will defeat him. So I'm going to go to the next one after this. And then I can't really reboot. I could use her to get rid of that 1 on the main scheme, but I don't need to. My changed forms, I could have drawn 1 of those, but I think I'm good. So I'm just going to hold this reboot card so I can use it next turn. Punch for a bunch of damage. Yeah, this seems weird. It seems like I'm always off on the... I'd like to be on the one that just blocks 2, but I'm on this side, so... That could be me trying to flip too much. I flipped down, which I probably didn't really need to do. All right, so... Advance to stage 2. So I advance to this one. Sorry, it's just been a second. Place an acceleration token for each side scheme in play, then discard them. Each player reveals a random stage 3 in turn order. You can see I'm looking away. All right, so this one gets set aside. I'm putting it up here. I am going to Inexorable Fate. So this is going to be Iron Lad, I believe, right? Yeah. So Iron Lad is coming into play with 18 health. Wow, I forgot that there was so much. And a toughness and a retaliate. Well, I have retaliate too, so that toughness is coming off. All right. So there is that generally set up as well. Starts with a threat. Adds a threat. attacks me for 2, I have a sidestep. So 2, 3, 4. I will sidestep out of that using preservation, which counts as a wild. So I deal 1 damage to an enemy. I heal 1. Sorry, I take 1. I heal 1. I take 1 because it was 4. And then retaliate for 1. He's down to 17. And then he's going to draw Crime Pay. Search the deck for a criminal minion and put it into play. Engage with you. I need a criminal minion. All right, we got Shocker. So we want somebody with less health. Beetle. After Beetle attacks you, discard lowest cost upgrade. That doesn't seem fun. Speed Demon. When he attacks, Speed Demon attacks that character. His is first. Yikes. Boomerang. White Rabbit. When White Rabbit attacks you, discard 1 card from your hand. We will do that. All right, so White Rabbit's coming into play over here with 3 health, and this has 3 scheme on it. All right, so we've got a just passing through, which we can use in the other form. We've got attack here. We've got Machine Man. Seems good. We got this reboot. So I think we'll have Vivian attack for 3. She gets Wid of the White Wabbit. Go there. Then I can... I feel like I just want to play Reboot and just passing through. And be fine. So, if I reboot her, though, I don't have her again. That's fine. Oh, I could remove 2 threat myself, right? Or attack for 2. Reboot myself. Heal 1. Then attack for 2. 15. Take 1. Flip to intangible form. So I have Stalwart and play just passing through to remove Crime Pays. And not my favorite. I'd like to deal damage. I could go get a card when I change form, but I think I'll do that next turn. Stay in this form. I've got Vivian to block. I've got myself -2 damage. So this will be the plan. I can attack or defend. I gotta be careful that I don't attack or defend. I'm sure that I will do it by accident. You can spam the chat. Change form to draw 1. So it's the other way. When I change to this form, I can do it here, but I think I'm going to try to do it this turn. If I can get 2 solar powers, I've got a super dense, that's 5. If I get one for 7, then Vivian can take him out 10. So that's kind of my goal there. Is when I flip this, I'll get to draw a card and go get a solar beam, I think it's called. There's that. All right, 1, he's going to attack me for 2. I'm going to take it because I'm -2. Stun the character you control with the highest attack value. Oh, so it is me. Oh, am I Stalwart? I am Stalwart. Ha! Thank you, Shocker. So I block 2, so I'm good. Do I have Retaliate? Only in that form. So we draw a card. Sinister Onslaught. When revealed, each criminal enemy in play attacks you have no enemy attack. This card gains Surge. Not a criminal. Stolen Memories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's not so bad. I got 1 card left. We'll see what it is. All right. Here we go. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. That stuff is tricky. I mean, I know I'm going to make mistakes. People are going to be, trying to read all the cards and the stream and everything. So I appreciate the help, even if it doesn't work out. I think it's fine. All right, so we want to try to deal that 15 damage. So I think we're going to change. Look, I didn't realize I had all these side steps. This Defiance. I'm not paying attention to where it's tricky. So I think I want to flip. Nope, I don't flip this. I flip this. When I flip to this form, I get to draw a card. So I'm going to draw this Get Behind Me. This is going to reshuffle, so I will take a card. Interesting, too, because he has 2 ways to change mode. Which I guess is kind of like Spectrum, but his are guaranteed. So those change mode cards are like almost on you. So they're pretty automatic. Those are going to be good. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I've got Super Dense Strike and Reboot. I don't have much else. I might flip down. I don't know how much I have to worry about threat with Ultron coming in. I might have all these drones. Might be a bad idea. Oh, I changed form. Did I have this response first? Okay, so I wanted to trigger this response first. I just realized it. So it was the same deck. I just drew the card. I'm going to go get a Solar Beam, and then this would get shuffled in before I trigger this response, because you can trigger them in whatever order you want. So that was one of my plans. All right, so Vivian will punch for 3. She's gone. Vivian! And let's see, what else? I will then play... Can I play both of these? I can play all of this. All right, so I will play a Solar Beam. 1, 2, 3. Solar Beam for 7. He's down to 5. I take 1. And then I will Super Dense Strike. I guess save my Defiance, hit him for 5 and Piercing. So that will defeat him. After the stage is completed. At the end of the area, join the other game area. Okay, so I'll flip to the next one after this. So I have no Kang yet. All right, so then I have to figure out where I want to be. Oh, you know what? I could have saved one. Had I saved Sidestep and flip down? Just try to remember. This scheme is 10. And what does he scheme for? 1, 2. So it's 2 plus. There'll be Ultron is 2. Plus a drone minion. So that's 5. So if I draw in advance, I'll be in trouble. And I got a bunch of cards. So I think that it is not a good plan to do that. I don't really have anything else I can do here. So I wasted a little bit, but this is what we got. All right, so we'll draw back up. We'll save the Sidestep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After we get these other cards in play, then we should be able to deal with this. But I'm afraid I'll draw in advance, and I'll just lose the game if I flip down for all those. Okay, so end of the stage. This one goes away. This flips. Vision is not stunned because when I got stunned, Vision was Stalwart from the cape. Is there something else that stunned Vision that I am unaware of? He is Don't Flip. All right. So here's this. Toughness. When he attacks you, when I beat him, I win the game. So that's good. 20 damage. I'm making Kang look easy. Well, thank you. I suppose, unless you want him to be hard, then I apologize. All right, here's what we got in our hand. We got 2 Solar Beams, so we could punch him pretty hard. We can sidestep him to get rid of his thing here. Probably just a single Solar Beam, and then flip to get another one next turn. Maybe use his gem to get rid of this. Although I don't even know if I need those cards. All right, so 1, he's going to attack me for 2. I changed form, so I have 2 defense. I'm just going to sidestep out of this. So I will... oh, wait, hold on. Each player searches the encounter deck discard pile and puts their Nemesis into play. So Ultron comes into play, but the drones don't come into play, right? Yeah, so I actually, with him, I don't have the Ultron drones in play. So I'm just going to be taking some damage here. All right, so he's going to punch me for 2. Oh, that's actually interesting. Oh, I have Retaliate for both of these, huh? All right. So he's going to punch me for 2, and I will take it. So it's going to be 4 total. I will play Sidestep with a Lightning Bolt Indomitable. That'll get rid of the tough. Block 3. I take 1. He takes 1 to go to 19. And then Ultron will attack me for 2. I will take it and retaliate back on him to get rid of his tough. And then I've got to deal with these cards. When I got to this stage, was I supposed to take another card? No, I think it was against Iron Lad. I may have forgot against Iron Lad. I apologize. Another Stolen Memories. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, he's stealing all my memories. Now this feels like a different boss. Kang attacks you, so I get attacked again. All right, so now I will block. And I will block for 2. I will place a threat on the main scheme, so he's attacking me for 2. Plus 2 is 4. I will take 2 and go to 4. All right, so now we need to do some threat control, some flip down. We're in dense form. This is one where we can deal damage to him. That's probably going to be our general plan. I guess put some of these cards back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can't go get an ally to put out right now. So, that threat will not work. We'd have to remove him, huh? All right. So we will Solar Beam for 7 and kill Ultron, so he's gone. Flip to intangible form. Flip down. That's going to give me +1 hand size. Then I'm going to use my Solar Gem on Stolen Memories, so that goes away. Goes here. And then I'm going to go get an ally with Hickory Lane. Vivian. And I'm going to use Vivian to get rid of this Stolen Memories. So all these go in my deck. All right. There we go. Now we'll get Vivian back. We'll put her out. We'll start putting damage on. I did lose those solar beams. So we're at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have to control a threat a little bit. Put out some blockers, and away we go. All right, he's going to go to 3. He's going to scheme for 2. Plus, this card gains 1 for each obligation. Look at that. It's like I knew. So that'd be 3. And then he's going to draw his weapon. So that one's going to gain Overkill. So I'm going to want to block that myself. That will be a little tricky. All right. So let's Hickory Lane and get Vivian. We are in intangible form. So we're going to use Defiance and Protector. This is where I would love to have that other guy. Actually, maybe he's a better call, huh? She can remove threat, but this other guy, Victor, can take all that damage, huh? Let's try him. All right, so we'll use these two to play Victor. Then we will heal. Heal for 3 to go to 7. Flip up. Play these in intangible form. Hold the reboot. So use the Solar Gem to play Just Passing Through. Remove 3 threat. Oh, look, I could get rid of that if I had that other card. That'd be amazing. Machine Man. Am I better to play Machine Man? Could just deal some damage rather than controlling all the threat. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. So we'll play Machine Man. I can't pump him up any, but I can... Oh, actually, if I flip forms... Do I want to do that? No, I'll do that next turn. So then I will have Machine Man deal 1 damage. All right, chat here. What are we putting an asterisk on the game for? Ah, okay. Sorry. So Vivian should have been stunned. I apologize. Doing the best I can. Yeah, you can asterisk the game all you want. This doesn't count. I had no fun watching. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely using both of these a whole bunch. All right. So I'm going to have Victor block this one to decrease the damage so I don't take so much. And I'll be -2 as well, so I can just take a big hit. This should work. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we'll get the kill here. Now I need those solar beams, but you can see the 7 damage isn't actually that much. So I'd rather have more, but I've got a machine man. I could just pump him up, which I kind of like with the extra resources, how that works. But I'm not sure how much of it I'll include, but he is a 2. All right, we got 5 here. So we got a mass increase, so that's actually what we want to do. So there you go. Defiance and mass increase. So that'll kind of change my plan here now that I have this one. And I'll tell you what it does when I do it. So this is going to be 1. He's going to attack for 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6. He also has overkill. So my original plan was to block with Victor, who would decrease it by 1, and then Vision, who decreases by 2, so it'd be 3 less. So when the overkill happened, it would kill Victor but not hurt me. But now I have mass increase. So I'm just going to let him attack me for 6. 7 plus 1 for each obligation. I'm going to play mass increase with my Defiance. Actually, I guess with my Solar Gem. And mass increase is... Oh, it's only when I'm in dense mass form. Never mind. Sorry about that. That makes sense. All right. So I will do my original plan, block with Victor. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7. So Victor decreases it by 1. It's 6. Takes 4. And then I decrease my damage by 2. So I take none. Oh, he attacks me again, huh? All right, so is this a machine man thing? Or are we just adding a threat? And we'll just take it. 2 plus, attached to my identity. I can't ready. I have to discard it instead. So 2, I don't take any. And then this one is going to be pinned down. So threat is going to get a little sketchy if we can't deal some damage here. Yeah, which is tough. So we can pump up Machine Man up to 3. So that is an option. So this is interesting. For each resource, when does that go away? Do you think that goes away at the end of the round? So Machine Man says, when Machine Man attacks or thwarts, spend up to 3 resources. Machine gets what's +1 thwart and +1 attack for each resource spent this way. Can I then reboot him to get more? I assume not. I mean, the card is saying it's permanent, which well, I guess it's not clearly not that, but that'd be a little rough. We'll have to see. All right, I'm going to switch to dense form, draw a card. Flow like water. So I do have a defense there. All right, so I will play Flow like water. I'm going to get rid of my Avengers Mansion. Here. Yeah, I do have to be in dense form. All right, I am going to exhaust to get rid of pin down. I don't have anything to get rid of that threat. So Machine Man would be smart. But then I won't have him to block. Yeah, I wish I knew which way that worked. When Vision defends. So if I play this card, am I now defending? Or do I have to exhaust to defend? Mass increase says, when Vision defends, prevent all damage. But this card is a defense card, so I would be counting as defending then? Because I'd like to hold mass increase. I would use Machine Man to just decrease some of this. If I can just defend with that card. I'd like to flip down and go get Vivian back, but I don't really have anybody in here, so not a big deal. Oh, dense form. I didn't get hit. I have Stalwart instead. All right. So I'm going to assume that I can use that to defend, even though I won't be ready. So I am going to, I'm just going to pump him up. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to thwart for 4 to bring this down to 1. It's not my favorite because I really want to just beat him, but we'll get him there. So then this card will go away. I have mass increase and defiance, so I have both of those. And I have +1, so I have 2 retaliate after I play a defense card. I don't know, do I need this defiance if he attacks me again? I guess I deal more damage, so no worries. All right, draw 3, super dense form, so that's good. Go from there. Okay. Already have to be defending. All right, so then I can play this one. I can play Defiance instead, because I should not be ready. Okay, so he is going to add 1 threat. He's going to attack me for 2. I will put a threat on the main scheme to go to 3. And before he flips that card, I will play Defiance. When I play Defiance, I cancel the boost card, so I'm only going to take 2 damage. It was a 0. But I deal a damage to him. I then retaliate for 1. He's down to 16. And I take 2 because I'm in this form. And then he's going to draw a card. And Flow Like Water dealt that damage to him. And I'm going to get a guard. Ugh. All right. So, this is annoying. Do I have anybody in here? Just Victor? This is going to take a little while. All right. So, Solar and Mass Increase are going to play Super Dense Strike. When I'm in dense form, deal 5 damage, so these bots are out. Then I will flip to intangible form, play Just Passing Through, flip down so I can increase my hand size. And it doesn't help if I go get anybody right now, but hopefully I will draw Vivian or somebody I can use as a resource. Flip this, get +2 cards, so I'll have 8 cards next turn and draw hopefully what I need. Really, I want to be on the other side and play these defense cards. I realize it, but it was just getting tricky. All right, so there's my meditation, but the tricky part with him is he doesn't really have anything that can pay that cost, so I'll just have to use that. So I've just got these super dense strikes, so I'm hoping that I'll draw a Solar, and then he'll be pretty close to dead. 1, 2, +1 is 3. This is taking a while, though, just to get the damage. Gang Up surges into Shadow of the Past. Why not? All right, so this is coming into play. Drones are coming into play. If your Nemesis did not enter the game this way, this card gains Surge. All right. Each player puts the top card of their deck into play. Man, it gets out of control so fast. And here's the top card of my deck, and it surges. Into Macrobots. So just so much to clean up now, huh? All right. So we will Hickory Branch Lane to go get Victor. Then we healing for 3. I don't think so. It's protection, so we got to flip. Flip in intangible form. I don't have to play any of these. So I will flip to this form, draw a card. There is a Solar Beam. All right. It doesn't even have overkill, though, huh? It is frustrating. The attacking enemy. So in dense form, that one will die when it attacks me. So threat removal here, huh? I do have that for healing him. Which is interesting. All right. So we will super dense strike against the Macrobots. They're gone. No retaliate. They're dead. Then we will play Solar Beam. And Solar Beam we're going to play with Meditation and Indomitable and Solar Gem. So that's going to deal 7 damage to him. So he's down to 9. Have that Defiance to block the attack. So then it's the reboot on him. I really want to just get rid of that threat. Oh, I just reboot myself. 2. Get rid of 2 here. Maybe that card doesn't actually matter. Now that I think about it. Get rid of 2 here. Reboot. Flip up. Deal 2 damage? Am I crazy? I'm going to have the damage, so I'm just going to remove this threat so that no advances mess with me. And I rebooted, so I heal 1. All right, here we go. Whew. This was way longer at the end here than I anticipated. There's my solar beam, so he's basically dead. Can sidestep and Defiance and all this fun jazz. After you play a defense card, deal 1 damage to the attacking enemy. All right, come at me, bro. So he's going to attack me for 2 plus 2. Plus 2 is 6. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to play Defiance to cancel that card. I will shuffle it back in at least. Get rid of a different card. My bad. I will cancel that. When I play a defense event, I deal 1 to him. Then he is dealing 4 to me, so I will sidestep out of it. So there is sidestep, not with a lightning. So I will use Vivian, I guess. Well, I'm going to use Solar Beam because I'm not going to be able to play it. Oh, gosh. Maybe this is a bad idea then. Because Solar Beam will just win. Yeah, so I won't sidestep out of it. I'll just take the 4 damage. I then retaliate for 1. Then this attacks me for 1. And I retaliate and kill it. And I should have added 2 here. Sorry about that. And he draws... Discard each event in your hand. Ugh. All right, so all of these are gone. Oh my gosh. I don't even think I can play Vivian. Man, 7 damage. Here's 2. I literally can deal... Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Remove 2 threat. Flip down. Oh, right. Had I played the other card, I would have dealt more damage, so it wouldn't have been so bad to sidestep because I could have dealt 2. Right. And then I would have been all set because I could have dealt the 5. So I missed it. Yeah, I will remove the 2 threat. Am I changing form first to get +1 hand size? I guess so. I'll use this to go get an ally. Victor. I will use the beam. The gem. So now in intangible, she can remove 3, which clears this. So we're back to square 1. And away we go. Man. Slow down. All right, 1 here. He schemes for 2 plus discard the lowest cost support you control. That is Hickory Lane. So Hickory Lane is gone. I did not draw my cards. 5, 6. Something will deal damage here. So he's going to add 2 to go to 3, and then a Macrobots. Oh my goodness. All right. What do we have to deal damage here? If I pump him up 3, right? So I flip, I draw a card, flow like water. I can only have 1. I attack with Machine Man. I get rid of all this stuff. 1, 2, 3. Machine Man kills here. Is gone. Vivian attacks for 3. He's at 4. I attack for 2. He's at 2. And then I play Reboot. Ready. And attack for 2. Dead. All right. There we go. That was some rough plays on my part. Yeah, he just slowed me down at the end there, and just protection, just getting that damage. So those solar beams are really where my damage was at, and I just couldn't draw through him. I finally drew one and played into it. I should have had him earlier. If I'd sidestepped, and that would have dealt 2 damage, he would have been at 5. I would have discarded my solar beam, but then I could have used myself and Machine Man, finished him off, or maybe Vivian was in my hand. I didn't know I was going to get rid of those events, so. Yeah, no, that was fun. All right, there we go. So that is the pre-con deck. That is Kang. So now I think what I'll do is try to build a deck. I looked a little bit and came up with an idea for what I want to do. He's really interesting. He's got a lot of traits, so team building exercise seems to be good for him. Between Android, Avenger, and Aerial, and a lot of them. And I wanted to go a different direction and try aggression or leadership or something like that. But I ended up going with Justice. I was excited about the fact that Sense of Justice can pay for his cards. So that's where that is. I did what? Steve says, you did. I don't know what I did. I did good? I hope I did good. I hope I did well. All right. These cards came out. That is all him there. So we'll switch over. No, I think protection is okay with him. I like the intangible too, and you can switch forms. Like I felt like it made sense being able to decrease a lot of damage that's coming at you and then deal the damage back. Like he's got the... Oh, was I retaliating? I might have retaliated wrong. I think it's dense form where he retaliated. That part's confusing. I want it to be an intangible, but I think it might be too powerful if he did that. So that is interesting there. But I feel like I think protection makes sense. Solo protection is weird without certain types of builds, so... But it worked. I mean, somebody said that I made Kang look easy, and that was in protection with him, so... Presumably, it was going pretty well. What time are we at? 6:37. All right. Did I get a text? No. So, let's see what we want to do with him now. I don't know that meditation makes sense with him because he feels like you want to stay in hero form a little more often. So I don't know that I want to do that. Sorry, just trying to sort these cards as fast as I can. Questions people have, other things that I can answer. I was talking about scenario packs earlier. I don't know. I mean, Wrecking Crew is the one that people like to say isn't so good. I don't play it as often. I probably should play it more often, but man, it's crazy hard on like 4-player. Like, I've lost so many times playing that one on 4 players. So I think it's just a matter of people playing solo, and it gets a little easy feeling. But yeah, there's ways to change that up. I don't know. I like them all. I mean, honestly, the only thing that kind of depresses me in the game is Galaxy's Most Wanted Expert campaign. Other than that, everything's fun. You know, the hood even could be a nightmare, but you know, if he's going to be that hard, shuffle in some lighter schemes, and it won't be as big a deal. For those. So I don't think it's a big deal. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's all those. His obligation card. Cards he had prior. Here. All right, so I think I'm going to fight the Collector with the Missing Milano. So Escape. Is this called Escape? Missing Milano? The Great Escape? I don't know what it's called. Does it ever say what it's called? The Missing... Oh, Escape the Museum. There it is. So I'm going to fight Collector, and I'm going to fight him on Expert, so I will build for Expert here. And I'm going to shuffle in, because I want to use some here. Rob was talking to me earlier on Discord, and he had suggested some, although I realized I went slightly different from what he said. Can we see the insert? Sure. There is a poster on one side. And then this side, it says it's Caleb, additional forms. Cards with the form keyword grant your identity unique forms such as Vision's mass form. These forms are in addition to your identity's alter ego and hero forms, and they come with their own conditions for changing into them. When identity changes their additional form, it does not count against the once per turn limit on flipping from hero to alter ego or vice versa, but it does count as changing form for the purpose of triggering card effects. Alliance is a new keyword, blah, 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 piercing, etc. And this talks about him in protection. Oh, it also gives tips. Turn the villain's aggression against it. Play Defiance to discard a face-down boost card from an attacking enemy, then trigger the response on Flow Like Water to damage the enemy. So, doesn't give us any clarifications otherwise there. So I added in, I have to use ship command, and then I added in state of emergency because I was going to play Injustice, so I thought having those instead of galactic artifacts could be interesting. And the Brothers Grimm, because he's cast all sorts of spells that'll get put on him, and only if they're in play, so I'll have to kind of deal with them. And then I've got the expert cards here, so we'll try to shuffle all these in. The Milano and all this starts out of play. The Collector has, what, 10 health? This is a very thin deck. Oh, I need these. Okay, there we go. He seems S tier. All right. Yeah, no, he seems pretty good. So, my thought process, I also have these reboots I had to remember, so I'll have to see. So, I had a Helicarrier, though. He has reasonable with the Solar Gem. He doesn't need it. So, Deft Focus is going to be great for him because he's got, I think, 9 superpower cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got 11 superpower cards, and none of them cost 0, so you can always pay for them. So a Deft Focus seems like a general must or auto-include. I want the Sense of Justice to play for various things, and I'm trying to remove threat anyway here. I don't know about the reboots. I can get him ready and heal him, so that's an idea. And Vivian as well. Some double resources. Since I'm really trying to clear that main scheme, I grabbed 2 running interferences. He is already a highly eventful character, so I don't know about including too many, but I thought just removing a lot of threat, Speed, Jessica Jones, and Agent Coulson. Thinking Jessica Jones might not be the best. For Justice, so I could clear side schemes, because I've got 2 one way or another's, 3 lay down the laws, because he's going to change forms every turn, and can do that even hero form. Ready to Rumble for the same reason. I can ready myself, and then all of these Spycraft to cancel anything nasty, Sonic Rifle to confuse, Skilled Investigator for those ones I clear. There's not too many, so the Skilled Investigator could almost come out. But this was my idea. The only other card I thought of was Team Building Exercise. There's 1 Avenger, Vivian's an Android. I don't have any Aerial, so I think actually Injustice, it doesn't make sense. And a lot of the others, I think Team Building Exercise would be a card to go with. So that was my plan. Let's see what that gives me. 5. So I don't know if I'm going to use all these reboots. I think I'm going to use 1 reboot, so I have it when I have it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. 6 is 21, 22 with the Helicarrier, 28. So I'm 3 cards over. That's a little big, but this is what I'm going to go with here. That was not a nicely fanned out one. So back to 11. Bear with me again on these villains that I haven't played in a little while as I try to remember. So all these get shuffled in. I put that into play. Ship Command is right here, ready to go. I've got him with 10 health. 10. Flip this over. It gets 7 threat. And if it gets to 11, I lose. That's going to be the idea there. All right, what's this? This is Kang. All right, so a little bit of shuffling now and go from here. No heroic intuition. I did include it. I have heroic intuition here somewhere. It is weird because all these cards are yellow. Right here. So I think what I overdid is probably some of the events. Like I have the 3 lay down the laws. I probably don't need it for justice since I also have the cards that he has to remove threat. So I think that's probably where the issue with the deck is. In fact, I'm going to get rid of the for justice, I think. It's going to have a lot of events in this deck, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Valkyrie should be next week, so I'll try to get some plays with her, and I'll try to get some 2-player ones. Medium curve on building in-game. Inherent draw. Screams S tier to me. Yeah, he seems powerful. We'll see where he shakes out. We'll see how my build is here. Again, this was just me looking at cards earlier and grabbing them so I could get another play in. We'll see how this goes. All right. Like I said, I think Team Building Exercise is a card you're going to include regularly. He's Android. He's Avenger. We don't have a yellow Android. Oh, I didn't put Machine Man in either, huh? So that could have been an option. If I had added Machine Man, I may have been able to do that. So yeah, I don't know what other androids. Are there other androids that are in the game? I don't think there's any other androids currently except what come with him, right? So we'll have to see from there. All right, shuffled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got these 2 doubles that I can't pay for anything. I've got a phase disruption, so right off the bat I could confuse him. He doesn't have any attachments, although he will get those ones, which is interesting. Just passing through is definitely what I want. I could actually go get it back. Yeah, I don't know. This seems pretty good. I don't think I'll get rid of anything here. These 2. If I use this, I'm off by 1. So will I put this card out? Use these 2. Yep. Okay. No, I'm good. All right. So I will hold these. I'm going to flip over here. Oh, that's going to draw me a card, isn't it? Maybe I'll just stay in this form. Maybe I don't need to switch because I can still remove threat. So I will remove threat to bring this down to 5. And I will play just passing through to bring it down to 2. I will use these 2 to play phase disruption and confuse him. Can't remove any attachments, but I can confuse him. And I'll play a skilled investigator. None. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got a solar beam that I can remove threat with. As well, I can go get a side scheme. Lots of threat removal here, so that's not going to be an issue. All right. I'm going to add a threat. Then he's going to attack me. When he attacks, he gets plus X, so he's going to attack me for 3. I'm minus 2, so I will just take it. Plus 2 is 5 total. I take 3 to go to 8. Oh, you cannot attack or defend. Oh, I made that mistake then. You can't defend in this form. You're just minus 2. And only from attacks. So overkill damage, that probably wouldn't have worked. Okay, so I made a couple mistakes there. I'm learning. All right, and then he's going to do this and play Impossible Geometry. I am confused, and it's Insight 1. And I am not Stalwart, and I don't have my cape here, huh? All right, so first things first, this is a thwart event. So I will exhaust to get rid of my confused. I will then play one way or another. Discard the lowest cost card you control, so I would get rid of this. Or discard cards on top until you find a minion. There's only 1 minion in here, so that's not a good plan. Take 3 indirect damage, but that would not be an attack. Or discard the highest cost card from your hand. Alright, I think I'll do that one. Highest cost card from my hand. So I will discard Solar Beam and then draw 3 cards. Gotta lay down the law. So this one will get 3 on it. Then I will, am I going to reboot? I'm going to put Vivian out. I'm in intangible form, so I will use her to remove 3 threat from Feisty Heist. When I clear that, I get to draw a card. What do we got over here? Making your time at the airport. The Vision Ally is an android. Got it. And I assume you can't play with both Visions, right? Alright, if I switch forms, I can remove that 4. Then I could take an extra card. Okay. So I will switch forms, draw a card. When I switch forms, I will lay down the law, and I will use Agent Coulson. So I lay down the law, get rid of 4. That will clear this one. When that happens, I put the Milano into play. This one is really fun. I have to say, I forgot how many things happen in this one. This is a good scenario. This is a lot like Hella, right? It's like the story of what's happening there. All right, so I clear that. Then I can play. I can use. Can the Milano do anything here? No. Okay. So I can use the Milano to play Just Passing Through. That will remove 3 more threat. I will play Endurance. I will remove 5 by taking an encounter card. And I think I will flip down because of that Confuse, or I want to flip down on the next turn. I've got Vivian to block. I've got Endurance at 11. Yeah, no, I think I'll stay up and maybe flip down on next turn if it makes more sense. All right. So we will hold the Solar Beam to remove 5 threat possibly next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could block all damage and stun him is also another great idea. Oh, I threw an Honorary Avenger in there, so I could put that on her so she could keep going because she's a 3 all the time. Was my idea. And there's my Death Focus. Might even get rid of this Hickory Branch at this point. But I could also block all that damage, so we'll have to see. All right. We add 1 threat. He is attacking me for 2, 3, 4. So I have this mass increase, which I think I will play. So he attacks me for 4, 5. I'll play mass increase with Hickory Branch Lane, only because I think it's pretty late in the game. I'm not going to worry about that, and I used it so much last game. Prevent all the damage, stun the attacking enemy. So I'm good there. I don't have anything that triggers otherwise. And then I draw a card. Corrosive Egg Bomb. Attach to a Mystic minion. If you can't, attach it to the villain. After that enemy activates, discard this card, take 3 indirect damage, and do yourself a face-down encounter card. Well, that's great, because I've got him stunned and confused. Citywide Crisis. Resolve each when revealed ability on each side scheme in play. If no when revealed ability was resolved this way, place 2 threat on each scheme. All right, so there are no when revealeds. So we'll add 2 threat. This goes to 6. Okay, I've got no extra resource for that Solar Beam. So I can use that to put down Deft Focus. Oh, I do. I have Milano. So I could clear that. That might be pretty darn close, huh? All right, we'll go speed form. 1, 2, 3 with the Milano. play Solar Beam, remove 5 threat. Oh, actually, can I do this different? I can. I can remove 5 threat by taking in a counter card with the Labyrinth, right? Then I can exhaust myself to remove this, flip to the last stage, place an acceleration token, and shuffle the remaining other cards in. So there's an acceleration here and 8 threat. Ooh, I think I got this. Shuffle these in. Flip to intangible form. Use Vivian to remove 3. Use the Milano to remove 3. Oh no. Okay, don't remove 3 with the Milano. Sorry about that. I'm in intangible form. Remove 5. 1, 2, 3. Use the Milano. Remove 5. There it is. Game. Nice. Cool. I hadn't played that one in a while. That was fun. That was fun to even just kind of speed through it and everything. I mean, it was Justice against this thing that's trying to get you to remove threat, and this one's easier in solo. But at least tried to show you some of the difference. I wanted to change the aspect. I was really most excited, but it didn't really make sense in this one with the speed I went at, because you don't really have to build up as much in this one, it seems like to me. Well, especially with him. He's got a lot of removal. But I was really excited that you could play all his cards, like these Solar Beams, using Def Focus and lay down the law every time you're changing form. That seems like that's going to be really good. I don't even know where Sense of Justice went. But I was excited to be able to use all of those, but I guess I sped through it too quick to get those out. There's the Sense of Justice. So that was how that worked. Have to defend to use that. Oh, darn it. Right, we talked about that. Okay, so then I don't know where I would be. So let's say I have an empty hand. And what did that have? 6 on it. When did I get rid of 2 with myself? So I'd have to use Vivian instead. So there'd still be 3 on this. So let's try one more round. Because the Milano can remove that 3. He's confused. I should be in pretty good shape. This also flips over. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry about that. So he's going to add 2 here to go to 5. Then I have to assign 2 damage, so I'll just take the 2. Assign. Oh, exhaust the Milano, or take 3. So I'll take 3. He's stunned, and then double cards. So the first one is going to be discard a random card from my hand. The second one is going to be Brothers Grimm. When they activate against me, blah, 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 blah. So now I can exhaust for 2, and Vivian can exhaust for 3, and that's game. Sorry, just making sure I had the win there as well. Take damage. All right. Oh, it's not a problem. Yeah, I mean, it's a first play, so I'm doing the best I can. Same with the deck building. I tried to have something ready to go, and I think Justice was just kind of overpowered against this in solo. I feel like it's pretty easy between the take 5 and then this, where the Milano removes 3, but it's only at 8. Right? It doesn't even scale towards players. If that said remove 3 threat per player, it would make a lot more sense, but it doesn't do that. So there's that. Cool, we got more builds to see. I'm excited to take other cards. I want to take that meditation card and put it into Wasp. I think that's going to be fire right there with this card in Wasp. I'm excited to put Defiance into Drax, so that'll be a cool one as well. Taking this card and putting it in with Drax to block those and mitigate damage, because that's what Drax wants to do so well. He's just so good in protection. He's definitely one of those heroes that feels just built for that aspect. I guess this card where you can go draw an ally kind of gets you closer to search your deck and discard pile. This one gets you closer to, you know, looking at that whole thing where you're just trying to clear schemes the whole time, one way or another to put them out, clear a scheme to put them in. You know, you could even like you like put Spider-Man in a multiplayer game, clear a side scheme one way or another, draw another one, or use Spider-Man to go to the discard pile, clear this, get him back, clear another one. I don't know, something like that could work. So there could be some combos there that would be neat to try to do. And just building more vision, putting vision in aggression and seeing if you can get that form. I didn't realize he can't defend. So when you're in that form, you got to take the hit from the villain and then get all the minions. But gosh, I don't know. People were saying, what about when you get minions? Like in this form, he blocks 2 damage. So you get a bunch of minions in front of you. Yes, you could play scenarios where the minions deal more than 1 damage or have other effects, but how about just not? Like, how about playing a scenario like Claw, where all the minions deal 1 or 2 damage? I guess not if you shuffle in those other guys, but most of them, right? Deal 1 or 2, and the villain doesn't hit you that hard. And you just have fun, right? You just have fun staying in that form and just bring it and getting all those cards. That one's going to be really neat. So I get it. Like, there are scenarios where you say, oh, well, this deck won't work. And I know there's people that like to build a deck that like, oh, this deck is meant to win all scenarios, but I definitely like to build decks that win certain. So play to that, right? Get a low-powered villain and low-powered minions, put him in play, and just keep him in intangible form. That, to me, would be a lot of fun. Of course, you're doing it for that reason with that idea in mind, but that would be really neat. So, be fun. Oh, my goodness, Steve, what are you doing to my chat? Vision bring it, yeah. Crisis averted, removing only form from the main scheme, though. Yeah, I had Crisis averted in there, and I realized he had so much threat removal. And honestly, I think running interference is better if you're, well, I don't know, 3 in the card. This one's 2 for 5. Oh, this was a terrible choice. This is 2 for 3. So you're right. I should have just put for justice. I forgot that Collector doesn't have a stage number. It's not this stage number here. So this was a bad choice. I never saw it, so I never played it. But yeah, with Avengers, that one's pretty good. Running interference is 2 for 5 when you get to stage 3, 2 for 4 earlier on. So it is a for justice and automatically. But it is main scheme. So something like this where I figured I was removing so much from the main scheme. But I forgot Collector counts as a stage 1 or 0. It might even be a 0, so it might have been a bad choice. Completely. Oversight. That's what happens when you're trying to build for that. All right, any other questions, any other things for me? My goodness, I had that deck built and I just played that game in 20 minutes. So I guess it's the rush strategy with threat removal, right? We'll have more vision. Steve, Brian, and I are going to play together. We're going to do the form changer. So it was Spectrum, Ant-Man, and Wasp. But now that we have vision, I imagine somebody will throw vision down in there instead. So you can come check out that 3-player gameplay. And we're going to play against Taskmaster as well, so when you're switching forms there, although he only matters when you change to hero form, so it won't quite work the way we were thinking. But somebody asked about beating Taskmaster, so we figured we'd play Taskmaster again, showing off some more of the heroes and less of the challenges. We did hella with all those galactic artifacts. We spent 3 weeks on Thanos. I can't remember the challenge we did before that. What did we do? Thanos Expert 2. So kind of stepping aside from those super challenges and trying to show off some of the heroes that people want to see. And some of the ideas. So the form-changing heroes was a neat idea, so we'll have fun with that and focus on those cards that have been out for a while, right? Surprise Attack, Lay Down the Law, what's the new one? Ready to Rumble, and Perseverance. I don't think there's... Oh, Moxie is the other one. So we'll focus on some of those form-changing cards and show you kind of that. Not show you. Just play with those, and you can see us play with those. I know people know, so I'm not going towards anything otherwise. All right. That don't exist. There's no one deck. There's no one deck. Can't wait to play tomorrow. I'm usually running 1 times Crisis Averted, and it's MVP when you're in a tough spot. Oh, yeah. No, Crisis Averted can be great, especially when you play in 3 and 4 players. I don't tend to run it in solo, but you could, because you can sneak through everything if you're just trying to survive one more turn. That Kang battle was crazy. It was so funny. It just kept drawing things I couldn't deal with. And then I was like, oh, I can deal with this. And I was like, oh, get rid of that. That was funny. It's amazing that Kang standard took way longer. I guess it was a pre-con, right? So there's cards I definitely want to adjust. What do people like seeing more with the pre-con? The pre-con and then adjust the pre-con? Or was it good when I took apart the pre-con and built a different aspect? I like building a different aspect. Like, ooh, they put him in protection. Let me try this because I like the change. But I know some people probably would have liked if I laid out the pre-con and said, well, I don't need 3 flow like water, so let me put this and this in, and kind of built that. Which one is more interesting to you as we're playing here? What is more your style? Do we still have people with us? I see 2 people in the chat. Oh, goodness gracious, there's 21 people on here. Yeah, if you could thumb up the video, that is appreciated. If you're not subscribed to the channel, that would be awesome too. If you like Marvel Champions, there's plenty of that here, but there's plenty of non-Marvel Champions. So, you know, if you're looking for other games and things you can go through on the channel, I'll plug some of those things, in fact, for you. I said about the MVM video, or Man vs. Meeple video that I did. My top 10 of 2021 is also up on the Dice Tower channel, which is a huge board game channel. So you can see that with Eric Summer, who's local to me. You can find that one there. On the channel here recently, I played Dinosaur World, which I really found a lot better. It was a little bit of a long play. I was playing solo, and I think there was some silence. It was hard to talk through all of my decisions, even though it's just kind of like it's trying to be a fun game about building a dinosaur park. But there was a lot of think to that, which I enjoy that think, but it is tricky on camera when you're playing for an hour and a half, 2 hours. My favorite game of 2021, which I played right at the end of the year, like literally I think December 30th or something, is Ark Nova, and I did a solo play of that. I did have a pretty significant cold, so I do apologize for my voice and a couple of sniffles and whatnot through the video, but it's getting a lot of watches, and I can't wait. Ark Nova's coming out in February, so you definitely want to check that game out. I especially think people who like card games will really enjoy that game. It's a la Terraforming Mars, if you've heard of Terraforming Mars and board gaming, so you can look at that one. Brian, not Canada Brian, the store owner with a Y, and I are going to start soon. We're going to stream Arkham Horror, the newest campaign, Edge of the Earth. We're going to do the Arkham Horror card game once a week, try to play like 2 scenarios a night, and I think there's 7 in the new box, if I'm correct. So we might do a 2-2-2-1 or like a 2-3-2, something like that, and try to knock out a couple of those, although I think they're pretty long, so I'm not sure we're going to do it. But he's going to come over and play with me in person, because as much as I enjoy playing over Zoom with those guys, I haven't played in person with people, and really that is my preferred method. I actually do play with Larry, if you saw him playing with me last year, but he lives, like, the store is in between us, so he's like 25, 30 minutes, and I'm 30, 35 minutes from the store, so it's a solid hour between our houses, so for him to drive down here to play with me just doesn't make sense on standard night. I should get him on Zoom playing with me a little bit, though. So there are other things on the channel. We also have a podcast, the Portal Gaming Podcast, so check that out. There's like 180 episodes. I think I'm putting up 178. I talked to Kurt Covert from Smirk and Dagger Games. He's local to me. That was exciting. He went through a lot of his games and product. He's actually going to come over. He's got a game launching on Kickstarter in February. He's going to come over to the store. Brian, Larry, myself, Kurt, we're going to sit down and play Be Hexed. And it sounds really cool. It's a deck building, dueling card game. Where you're like, yeah, anyway, you'll have to see it. I'm not going to try to explain it here, but that sounds really neat. So you can check that out. I'm stalling while people have some questions here as well. But yeah, check out the Portal Gaming Podcast, download that and listen to it on any really podcast catcher. You can let me know if there isn't one it's on, and I'll get it on there for you. What's coming up on this channel? I want to get back to my wife playing some games with me so people can see some of those. My wife plays super heavy, long games. She loves them. I don't know that those are the things she's going to play with me on camera because there's a lot of think. You know, it's kind of like a comfy, grab your coffee, we sit and play in the afternoons, but she's great about playing games. But on camera, I think we might try to do some shorter stuff like Cascadia and maybe a Lost Ruins of Arnak. That one's a little longer, but we're pretty comfortable with that one as well. But try to get some of those plays in here, but it's just tricky finding the time with both of us and whatnot. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. And just more Marvel Champions. Going to be playing Vision. Valkyrie will come out, so I'll play Valkyrie next week. And then Sinister Motives should be here in March, so we'll probably have a month off. But then March, we should be able to play some Sinister Motives, and I'll probably do the same and grab those guys. If I can get Larry again, maybe we'll do a 4-player campaign, play through all that. Let me see what things people have. Questions. Definitely different aspects is better. 24-hour Vision stream. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I could do that. I couldn't do a 24-hour stream. We did a bunch. Last year we played a whole bunch of board games, but that's the thing with those streams. I think they're cool. I think it's neat when you raise money and stuff like that is awesome. But like you can't be engaging for 24 hours. I mean, being awake for 24 hours is one thing, but being engaging on stream is another, which I think is important to me. I think even when I'm talking about that Dinosaur World game, I was like, oh no, I think I was quiet for 60 seconds at some point, or I wasn't explaining everything I did, or I didn't play maximally because I wanted to make sure that I was talking and keeping energy and things going on. Even I notice it by myself. I have lower energy by myself because I get energy from people. If you go watch some of those streams with Larry, we got a lot of high energy. When I play with Brian and Steve, even, we get a lot more energy, so there's that piece. That'd be tough. But I am glad that people are excited about Vision. I'm glad he'll be out. I mean, it's Wednesday. We've got him here. He's coming out on Friday, so it's just 2 days for people, which I think is nice. It's been fun sometimes when I've gotten things even earlier and been able to play them, but I understand that too long of a window can be frustrating for people. I'm certainly not flaunting it. I just want to get out there and play it, and since I'm going to play it, I'm going to throw the camera on. That's the idea, but soon enough. So, yeah, let me know what you have for ideas for Vision. We'll be playing some other games and getting some other Vision decks going. Yeah, maybe I'll try to play Vision. Vision doesn't have a team-up card, does he? Because one card is with Quicksilver, so there's nothing there. So I don't know who I'll team Vision with. Maybe another Avenger. Maybe a Guardian so that I can play. Maybe I'll do Nebula because I haven't played her as much and try to play that Justice. I don't know the name of the card. I think I shuffled it in here. Joining Forces. Maybe I'll try to build something and play with that. But most of my multiplayer games, I play there with Brian and Steve. Excuse me, so you can see those there. All right. Anything else for the good of the order before I sign off here? Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it a whole bunch. Glad to have Marvel Champions as part of what we do here and the community because it's really fun. And it's fun to have all these people watching and hanging out with me too. Yeah, if you have any questions or builds or ideas or anything like that, you can go ahead and post them in the comments below after the video. But until that, yeah, 2 long days for sure. That is that. But until next time, everybody, my name is the Brandt, and I hope you step into the portal. Bye, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Happy Wednesday night, Vision Day.